My fellow flames of Amethyst, welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. My name is Amethyst Abrams, and today's topic in today's video is lore. If you are a lore fan, if you are a fan of the Wuthering Waves lore, you are in the right place right now, because we are going to be discussing lore and reacting to the hidden deception that fooled an entire kingdom, which is a very lore-heavy video by Life Lessons. Life Lessons is a great content creator who also does Wuthering Waves content, and I think all things Gacha, but primarily Wuthering Waves. And he is also a lore buff like myself. So we're going to be reacting to his video about the hidden deception that fooled an entire kingdom. So without further ado, guys, if you enjoy this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this video and what you think of this reaction. And without further ado, guys, let's get into this.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. That iconic line from The Unusual Suspects perfectly encapsulates what I've uncovered. We were sold a picturesque image of Rinascita, no Thrunodian threat, revelry to the high heavens, and aid for our buddy Abby. But beneath the surface, things are not as they seem. There's trouble lurking in the depths of Rinascita.
Yep.
A sinister force that has operated unnoticed for centuries. After extensive investigation, I am 98% certain of what went wrong in Rinascita.
Okay.
It all started
when the Fire Nation attacked.
When the Fire Nation attacked, of course. The Fire Nation. The Fire Nation attacked, guys. That was it. The Fire Nation. Yes. The Fire Nation attacked. It was over. It was over. Fire Lord Scar. Fire Lord Frolova attacked. It was over. It was over. The airbenders ceased to exist. Echoes were in danger. The people of Raguna were massacred. The Fire Nation, the Fractidus Nation attacked.
Wrong story. Let's start with the origins of the Order.
Yep.
It began with Napoleon II, the first Primus who stopped the Dark Tide and his legendary deeds. He founded the Order and, as the records claim, went on to be with the Divinity. What
Yes.
if I told you that his departure wasn't as simple as the history books suggest? Unfortunately, Napoleon's efforts only provided a temporary fix. The Dark Tide was not fully dispersed.
That is true.
The Blessed Maiden Fleur-de-lis entered the picture. According to historical texts, she was trapped in a relentless nightmare for 3 days and 3 nights.
Yeah.
There, the Sentinel revealed to her that the Dark Tide was not a mere enemy. It was the result of a wound they had sustained. And that wound could only be healed through a shared bond of strength. She was called to the high heavens to end the curse of the Dark Tide. And for a while, peace endured. After some time, a new Primus took leadership of the Order. This brings us to the Old Pilgrim Sale. A book written by a former Privy Councilor describes the earliest Pilgrim Sales, and they are nothing like the ones we see today.
Okay.
These were no rickety ships set out on blind faith. No, these were well-kept vessels, manned by
Okay, interesting. Okay, because obviously when we get to Raguna, we get to Rinascita, people are like exiled and cast out on these ships, and based on blind faith, based on literally like blind faith, and yeah, okay.
by the best of the best, the finest sailors, captains.
Yes, the best of the best.
All ensuring safe passage. It was considered the highest honor, but also a journey so expensive that people questioned if it was even worth the cost. And yet, despite the steep price, few returned. Then something changed. A newly appointed Primus, formerly known as Priest Fenrico, was noted by the counselor to have his face shrouded in a strange shadow. And
Why?
shortly after his rise to power, the Pilgrim Sale took a dark turn. The immense cost and the low survival rates forced the Order to put it on a hiatus for a time. But when it returned, it was no longer a holy journey of devotion. It had become something else entirely. Here's a quote from the former Privy Council.
Okay.
But everything changed after the bloody carnival. No, in truth, the shift began even earlier than that. I still remember when the Primus delivered the order for correction, and I dutifully transcribed it. The Order would send violators of doctrine aboard the Pilgrim Sale, stripping them of all official identities and setting them back onto the path of pilgrimage. Who could have foreseen that an act once meant to embody faith would come to serve as a form of punishment?
Yeah, because obviously when we get to Rinascita, people are like cast out on these ships, right? Like exiled sort of thing, like banished to the Shadow Realm. And those are the shipwrecks that we see when we get to Act 3, when we're with Rocha and Brant. So it's interesting that before, the pilgrimages and the journeys across the sea, land, sky, whatever, used to be a thing of pure faith, a thing of adventure, a thing of you know, a pure meaning, you know, something of you know, of purity, something of a positive. It's a positive thing. It was like, we're going to set sail to discover new things and uncover secrets in the name of faith, in the name of the Sentinel, in the name of the divinity, the divine, you know, like stuff like that. And then this new guy comes in, this friend Rico guy comes in, and it's like he postpones it because the survival rate was so low. And then when he brings it back, it's like, yeah, now it's a punishment now. Oh, exile, get him out, get gone, banished, you know. And they make you think it's a pilgrimage to uncover the secrets of it. No, it's not. It's a punishment. You're getting sent out to die.
At first, this seems like a necessary correction, but over time, the definition of heresy became looser.
Heresy? What have you done, Durrell? Heresy.
The crimes less severe.
The heretics
more frequent. This was no longer about faith. It was a witch hunt. Take Brent, for example. He was sent on the pilgrim sale as a literal child.
Yeah.
For asking one simple question.
He was sent on the pilgrimage as a child, and hello, yes, hello, come here. Sent on the pilgrimage as a child. Terrible.
If no one has ever seen the Sentinel, why do we have statues as if we know what it looks like? A child's in.
That's a good question. If no one has ever seen the Sentinel, or no one knows what the Sentinel looks like, then why do we have statues around the entirety of Raguna, the entirety of Rinascita, depicting it? You know? And have you noticed, people, the statue of the Sentinel in the church where the acolytes are, where the faith geezers are, the guys, the big Pegasus looking Sentinel has a horn. It's pure, it's huge, it has its wings. Now, when you go around to the ancient ruins of Raguna, there's no horn in its head, and a lot of them don't have wings, and it's of a darker tone. It looks more demonic than it does pure. So what the hell's going on?
Innocent curiosity was enough to be exiled. Even the counselor who documented these changes, he too was eventually sent on the pilgrim sale.
Crazy.
Why did the punishment
Is that where we go? In the trailer, he just showed a little snippet of the thing.
Eventually sent on the pilgrim.
This thing here, do we go on the pilgrimage sale? Is that where the big black tidal pit of doom whirlpool thing is? Like, we've been sent on the pilgrimage or something? Maybe? And that's where we're going. Interesting.
Pilgrim sale. Why? Why did the punishment become so widespread? Why did the crimes grow less severe while the sentences became more frequent? It's almost like the order was desperate.
Switch to EE, full fiber.
Shut the no, I'm not switching to EE. Get off my screen.
Like they had to fill a quota. What if I told you the order hasn't been led by the Sentinel for a very long time?
It's being led by the Thronodian guys. I knew this from the start. It's too sus. This Fenrico guy has a mask. He wants to be shrouded in shadow. He's leading these peoples to their own death with the pilgrimage. They're being led by the Thronodian. Or there is a corrupt force behind closed doors that is manipulating the acolytes and manipulating, you know, everything. It's like puppets on the strings, you know, like someone's the puppet master, and all of these people of Raguna and Rinascita, they are the puppets, tangled in strings. Is he going to say it?
This transcript found in Thessalophiles, where the Phasalia family resides,
Yep.
contains a crucial revelation. It reads, the Phasalia family was the original ruler of Raguna, and we also laid the faith foundation of the order. This suggests that Napoleon II, the first primus, may have been a Phasalia himself. This is important because the transcript reveals that after Napoleon's death, everything related to, and this part is redacted, but I believe it means the Sentinel, everything related to blank began to twist. Its statues, its anecdotes, even its proverbs. The Phasalia.
Let me read this again. After Napoleon's death, everything related to the Sentinel began to twist. Its statues, its anecdotes, even its proverbs. Now, what did I literally just say? the statue of the so-called sentinel in the city of Rinascita Raguna is different to the statues in the ancient ruins. These ruins are decades, possibly centuries old. Centuries old, okay? And it's not out of the ordinary for something to twist, mold, and mutate and change throughout the ages, you know? Just like Chinese whispers, something gets said and it gets mixed up down the road, you know? You know, it's exactly the same. The statues are different. The statues are depicting the sentinel, or what looks to be the sentinel, differently.
Proverbs. The Phasalia family knew the true form of the sentinel, but there was something else. The transcript speaks of another entity. Now, the transcript never actually says sentinel, not even when the Phasalias are mentioning it. Instead, it refers to a great underwater being, the Giant One. At first, the Phasalias thought they alone were connected to this divine being, but then others began claiming to see it too. More people reported witnessing miracles, guiding fishermen, saving fleets from storms, blessing harvests. And before long, the common folk believed that it was indeed the same entity the Phasalias spoke of. But it wasn't. The Phasalias realized too late that something else had taken root. A different fish-like entity that had begun to reshape faith in its own image. And those who refused to accept its influence, they suffered horrifying nightmares, hallucinations, a loss of control over their own minds. Now, fast forward to the present. When
Okay.
the Rover arrives at Rinascita, the white cat from the Somme Noir warns that something is lurking beneath the surface.
Yes, it does. Yes, if there is... So the more you do the exploration and the more you do these different trials and these different puzzles, the white cat of the Somnia does contact you and does actually want to talk to you about something big happening in regards to what's going on underground, or there's these creatures, or there's something dark, like a dark shadow is looming over Raguna and Rinascita, and it's basically trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
A force influencing Raguna's subconscious through their dreams. Rover then replies, "Our deep sea monster story."
Do you know what this feels like? Do you know what it reminds me of? The nightmare stuff and the people of Raguna suffering from nightmares by a strange creature. Now, this is like a little bit of a side note, but does it not feel like it's a little bit sort of inspired by Darkrai from the Pokemon series? You have two entities, Cresselia and Darkrai. Darkrai is the dark monster, the monster that causes nightmares. Cresselia is the creature of the light that cures nightmares and gives people hope. They are ancient enemies. Darkrai and Cresselia are like they're the polar opposites. One's dark, one's light. They're ancient enemies. They hate each other. There's a quest in the Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum games where a kid is going, a lot of people, but this child is going under nightmares and it can't wake up. It's having nightmares, and you have to go to New Moon, is it Crescent Moon or New Moon Island or something like that? And you have to confront Darkrai, and then you also have to get Cresselia, find Cresselia to get the feather, like I can't remember what the feather's called. And then you have to cure the nightmares using this feather, because the feather is actually it can purify one's dreams to get rid of nightmares and stuff. It reminds me a lot of that, and it's a little thing I wanted to mention because it is quite cool.
And let's not forget the Nectar wine. Brett told us that the wine from Eglatown is a shortcut to seeing the Sentinel in your dreams. Zani confirms the barrel comes from the Vagasia Peninsula, which is heavily controlled by the Order. You might remember when we drank the wine, we got a vision from what we think is the Sentinel. The description on the fruit, called the viscumberry, that makes Nectar wine tells you that drinking it grants visions. But what if those visions aren't coming from the Sentinel? What if?
They're from the Fleur-de-lis. See, a lot of the stuff he's saying I already knew about, but some of the stuff he's saying I didn't know about. So I'm also learning with you guys. I obviously researched a lot of this stuff, but some of the stuff that Life is talking about, I did not know. And that's what I mean by this guy goes through the books, the scrolls, the scriptures, everything. I'm more known in character lore. This guy is more profoundly known for world lore. Like the lore of the world of Rinascita, the world of Huanglong, etc. I'm clued up, but not this clued up. Like, if you want to talk to me about characters' pasts and character lore, I got you. If you want to talk about Threnodians and Sentinels, I'm learning because I want to get better at, discovering and portraying these kind of videos for lore. This guy he's the guy. Life Lessons is the guy.
They're coming from the fish-like entity lurking beneath the surface. You
Trinodian.
haven't realized it yet. The Order borrows heavily from Christianity and Catholicism.
It does.
Just like its lore, its corruption is rooted in something ancient. Consider this verse from 2 Corinthians 11:14-5. Satan disguises himself as an angel of light, so it is no great surprise if his servants also disguise themselves as servants of righteousness.
Shit.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
See what I mean? He's getting quotes from other things to literally just. He's the guy. He's sick. Oh, you're just ruining it. You're getting on my nerves, adverts.
I believe there is a Trinodian threat, and it has persisted for centuries without anyone noticing. I'm about to tell you exactly what they've been doing behind the scenes, and what they really are. We've been told many times now that the Order has changed the doctrine. From the
He's using my favorite OST in Rinascita. He's using it right now.
Transgressor's Transcript, an acolyte named Lenore in the Hymn of the Sea of Clouds.
Yes, I remember this.
And the fact that the Codex of the Deep is on its 137th edition. As the note said, everything related to blank began to twist. Its statues, its anecdotes, and even
Yeah, everything. Yeah, the legend is turning. It's twisting. It's twisting. It's evolving, but not necessarily in a positive way.
its proverbs. Later in the notes, when the writer is seemingly possessed by what they refer to as a blasphemous entity, it reads, "No one has ever suspected this mass hallucination. No one has ever resisted the dissipation of the form." The entity has intentionally been causing a mass hallucination through dreams, as well as changing the statues over time to look different from what they used to look like.
Yes.
I believe the entity is the Trinodian, and it is
Yes. I've said this. Ryuku has said this. Life is saying this. This is probably what is happening.
and the people of Raguna into believing that it is the Sentinel. There's an NPC in Rinascita in front of the Montelli Quarter in Raguna named Ariosto. He reveals that he works for the Black Shores and is undercover. He also informs you that the statues of the Sentinel in Raguna don't match the information in the Tethys system.
What? Sorry, Jules. What? I need to see that. I need to hear that. I need to see that again. I need to hear that. I need to read that again.
Believing that it is the Sentinel.
Of course, the Tethys system is from all of Rover's past lives. Rover's experienced all of this. The Tethys system knows everything. Oh my god. How did I know?
In front of the Montelli Quarter in Raguna named Ariosto. He reveals that he works for the Black Shores and is undercover. He also informs you that the statues of the Sentinel in Raguna don't match the information in the Tethys system. Have you noticed that there seems to have been different accepted forms of the Sentinel? In the past, it was viewed as a primarily fish-like creature.
Yes.
Now, it looks more like a fish-horse hybrid. This is known as a hippocampus in Greek mythology.
Yes.
A mythological creature with the upper...
See, I forgot the name, the hippocampus, so I just referred to it as the Pegasus thing because of the horn and because of the wings. So, but I did know it wasn't... Yeah, because it's like half a Leviathan, half like horse, yeah.
Body of a horse and the lower body of a fish. The name comes from ancient Greek words hippos meaning horse and campos meaning monster. This seems to match the statues we see everywhere, but there's one thing I've noticed. There seems to be a similar but different
no horn
looking creature throughout Raguna, and it's very much hiding in plain sight. They say every good lie has some truth in it. Well, have you noticed that the hippocampus on all the statues has horse hooves in the front? Makes sense, right? Considering the horse half is on the top. However, if you look around, you might see a slightly different creature lurking amongst the top brass.
What do you mean?
If you look at the pendant they carry, at first glance, it looks like a hippocampus, but upon further inspection, the feet appear a bit flatter than the hooves.
Yes, and they also have a horn and the fin and the horn
From the statues. In fact, the face even looks a bit less like a horse on the statues as well. After thinking about it, it hit me. I have seen this face before. In fact, I've seen the front half of this entire creature before, and it's not at all like what the statues look like. Let's take a trip to the Fagassier Peninsula.
I knew he was bringing this up. I knew. I was told that he's gonna cook here. He's gonna cook here. He's gonna cook. I've heard this. He's gonna cook.
Hanging there that can be found in the Oak Heart High Court, as well as the Shores of Last Breath. It depicts an image that once understood unlocks an entirely new perspective of what's happening. The banner depicts a creature with fins instead of hooves.
Yep.
A peculiar symbol on it. I've seen this symbol before.
See, I want to say what this is, but I want him to say it. I want him to say it. This flower in the center of the picture that he's showing, it has a name, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
It appears throughout Ragusa and is also found in many European nations.
Yes.
It became at once religious, political,
In England we have these. We have these everywhere. Like, yeah.
artistic, emblematic, and symbolic. It is depicted on the traditional coat of arms.
Yeah, it's upside down. It's the wrong way up. It's upside down, which is bad.
Of France, and the Virgin Mary is among the saints often associated with the symbol. The symbol is called
Oh, go on, say it.
a Fleur-de-lis. Perhaps you're starting to put the pieces together, but just to help you along, the symbol was used to depict the Blessed Maiden Fleur-de-lis.
Yeah. How do we not even notice that she has that on her neck? It's a fleur-de-lis.
As the Blessed Virgin Mary. She's essentially the female Christ-like figure who sacrificed herself to stop the dark tide.
The thorn crown. Jesus Christ, the thorn crown. You know.
To the banner. Do you notice anything different about the Fleur-de-lis?
Yes, it's upside down.
You guessed it. It's upside down. Does that look familiar? Without going too deep, upside down crosses have many.
I'm getting chills. Oh, this is sick.
But most
He's
notably,
cooking.
They're used as demonic or antichrist symbolism. The antichrist is said to come claiming to be Christ and even performs miracles deceiving many into worshiping it. Sound familiar? Remember the blasphemous entity from the Notes of the Phasalia?
Yes.
When seemingly being possessed, they said, "No one has ever suspected this mass hallucination. No one has ever resisted the dissipation of the form." All right. Time to tie a bow on this. As I explain what the creature is and the scariest part of this theory, I believe this blasphemous entity that the transgressor transcript noted and what people have been worshiping as the Sentinel is the Scottish mythological being called the Kelpie.
The what?
Kelpie, or water kelpie, is a mythological shape-shifting spirit inhabiting lochs. Think the Loch Ness Monster.
No fucking way.
In Scottish and Yorkshire folklore. It is usually described as a gray or white horse-like creature, able to adopt human form. Some accounts state that the Kelpie retains its hooves when appearing as a human, leading to its association with the Christian idea of Satan. They are known to and drag them to
Oh my God.
They have glowing red eyes and fangs. They may smell like seaweed and blood. One curious detail about them is that they are known to hunt in groups. At the shores of Last Breath, there are 3 circles enclosed within one giant circle. Within those circles, we see 3.
It is the fucking Kelpie. It's the fucking Kelpie.
Things happening. Me and Miss Life, along with the help of the lore community, have deciphered almost all of the Rinascita script. The words on the inner circle read, Insepe, Innis, Pescare, Cavallo. Beginning, island, fish, horse. There's even a typo within the stone circles, so Kuro typo is canon in Wuthering Waves. Moving on, the other circle depicts what looks like 3 kelpies converging.
Yeah.
Lock in for this one.
Okay.
If you remember the end of 2.0, Palova gave us 3 prophecies.
Honeyed wine has clouded their senses and quenched their flames of avarice. Yet it has stoked your bravery and kindled the fire within your heart. I shall unveil the first prophecy and shatter these burdensome stones. Abandon the trifles of sentiment, and you shall ascend the throne.
Yeah, remember that.
To achieve this, a sacrifice of fresh blood is demanded, a purge of the Holy Maiden.
That's Fleur-de-lis, by the way, or Cartethia. That's who the Holy Maiden is.
All heretics.
I don't know about you, but last I checked, all means all. Now you might start to see why I said that the Thornodian has been active for a very long time. If you recall, Kelpies eat humans. Yep, you got it. The Holy Maiden was sacrificed.
Holy shit.
along with everyone who has been sent on a New Age pilgrim sale. Do you remember how we discussed the pilgrim sale seeming like it's meeting a quota with all the bogus reasons people are being sent? How the order started changing right after the first Primus passed, and all writings, statues, and books were changed? The nightmares given to the higher facility members who knew the true form of the Giant One and potential Sentinel? I think it was the narwhal portion of the Sentinel personally, but yeah. The collective subconscious dreams of recent we heard from the Somnoir cat. The fish horse, or rather water kelpie, has been deceiving people by likely shape-shifting to look similar to the water half of the Sentinel. More on this in another video. And over time, it changed into something else entirely, to dissipate the form, as it said. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Wait, Life said that it can also shapeshift into a human form. Okay, I got to talk to Life about something that I've just thought up. So the kelpie can shapeshift into anything, right? I'm thinking of something. And
the Thornodian has been busy, and no one has been the wiser. This has been Life Lessons. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like the video, share it, all the...
You, my friend, have cooked. You cooked. You fucking cooked, bro. Holy shit. You cooked. He cooked. He cooked. He cooked. Well done. Well done. Well done. From one lore buff to another, my good sir, you have cooked. I'm fucking proud of you, bro. Smashed it. Everyone go like and subscribe to Life Lessons. Insane. Insane. At first, I was like, I've heard this before. And then he got to the second half of the video, and I was like, wait. And then he said the water kelpie. I was like, no way. So sick. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Very good fucking video. Very good fucking video. Yeah. Okay. I need to cook up something myself now. I've got a lore video in the works to do with Fleur-de-lis herself. And now, after watching this, I need to also add to the script. But I need to talk to Life Lessons first, because this is fucking insane. Fucking insane. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Holy shit. The story is going to be bigger, darker, and more insane than we ever thought before. Holy mother of God.